Recently, a product went out of stock globally. It was Ozempic, a miracle drug for weight loss. The market for weight loss drugs is expected to explode, with the world's largest pharma companies rushing to create competing products. Looks like Ozempic isn't just about shrinking waistlines anymore. It's making waves across industries. Let's dive into how far this Ozempic economy ripple effect will go. You've probably heard of these two famous weight loss drugs, Ozempic and Wegovy. It became more famous after Oprah Winfrey and Elon Musk revealed that they used it to control their weight. Ozempic was originally approved by Danish pharma company Novo Nordisk in 2017 as a treatment for diabetes. Once the weight loss effect was confirmed, Wegovy was approved in 2021 for the treatment of obesity. Both drugs have the same main ingredient, semaglutide. Last November, U.S. drug maker Eli Lilly sparked competition as it approved its diabetes drug Mounjaro as a treatment for obesity under the name Zepbound. The main ingredient of Zepbound is tirzepatide. Novo Nordisk's semaglutide and Eli Lilly's tirzepatide are both classified as glucagon-like peptide-1 agonists, or GLP-1 drugs for short. GLP-1 refers to a group of drugs used to treat type 2 diabetes and obesity. This GLP-1-based treatment for obesity is considered as a game-changer in the treatment of obesity, as Science, one of the world's top academic journals, named it the Breakthrough of the Year in 2023. Experts estimate that the GLP-1-based drug market, which was worth $18.75 billion in 2022, could reach up to $150 billion by 2030. Ozempic was the first to kick off the weight loss drug market and is now the go-to for treating obesity. From now on, I'll call all types of GLP-1 weight loss drugs as Ozempic. Novo Nordisk, the maker of Ozempic and Wegovy, reported revenue of $33.72 billion in 2023, increasing 34.6% year over year. The stock price went vertical as well. As of April this year, it became the most valuable listed company in Europe, surpassing French luxury conglomerate LVMH. Its market capitalization is more than $100 billion higher than Denmark's GDP. According to Bloomberg, Denmark's annual growth rate of 1.8% in 2023 would have been minus 0.1% if it weren't for Novo Nordisk's stellar performance. It's no exaggeration to say that Novo Nordisk is feeding the whole country. Last year, U.S. pharma giant Eli Lilly's revenue also grew 20% year over year to $34.1 billion. With sales of Mounjaro more than 10 times higher than in 2022. These weight loss drugs cost about $1,000 per month, and that's quite expensive for anyone except for the highest income earners. So for all the hype, it hasn't been widely adopted yet. As for last year, 66% of Ozempic's sales and 90% of Wegovy's sales came from the U.S., where only 1.7% of all Americans use the weight loss drugs. So it was practically used only by rich Americans. But there's already talk that if Ozempic becomes widely adopted, it could have a huge economic impact. The global advertising company Interpublic Group has coined the term Ozempic Economy. The idea is that as Ozempic changes consumer behavior, preferences, and lifestyles, a wide range of industries will be directly or indirectly impacted. As more people use Ozempic, the way brands, companies, and organizations approach their customers will start to change. So what industries will be affected by the Ozempic economy? Ozempic suppresses appetite by stimulating the satiety center of our brain. It makes you feel full with less food and reduces cravings for more food. So the businesses that would be most likely to have the impact of Ozempic are those in the market for sugary, salty junk foods. Those include sodas like Coca-Cola, Pepsi, as well as chocolate and snacks such as Hershey's and Mondelez. People usually grab cheap stuff like potato chips, sodas, and chocolate bars on impulse buys. Brands like McDonald's and Krispy Kreme are also concerned because customers will get satisfied enough with a single burger instead of a supersized set, or a donut instead of a box of them. The New York Times says Ozempic could change the way how the food industry markets itself. All those crunchy sounds, shots of oozy melting cheese, and those flavors that just made your mouth water were like magnets for consumers. But from now on, those ads won't hit the mark anymore. Last September, Morgan Stanley reported that people who used Ozempic and other weight loss drugs reduced their calorie intake by 30%. 74% of respondents cut back on snacking, and 20% of them cut out soda completely. and 77% said they visit fast food chains less than usual. John Furner, the CEO of Walmart US, said to Bloomberg last October, "Just less units, slightly less calories," referring to the shopping habits of Ozempic users. It means that Ozempic users buy less food than other people. Walmart even has a pharmacy in almost every store, so they can check the grocery purchase data of people who buy Ozempic at the pharmacy. So the moment Furner's interview was out, the food industry stocks went straight down. Of course, the number of Ozempic users is so small that we can't say that this represents the whole, but we're seeing signs of change. Last February, Bloomberg reported that several food company CEOs called the CEO of Novo Nordisk to ask about Ozempic, how it worked, and what their future was. According to Novo Nordisk's CEO, those CEOs sounded pretty scared. Packaged food companies, however, disagree with the idea that Ozempic will reduce demand for snacks. They say that the current number of Ozempic users is too small to have a significant impact on sales. More importantly, our eating habits won't change overnight. Health awareness has been trending even before Ozempic, so a lot of companies are rolling out more options like sugar-free beverages and high-protein snacks. They're even downsizing snack packages to cut down on calories. Companies are betting on the idea that we're not giving up snacking anytime soon, so they're trying to offer healthier options. In fact, many believe that Ozempic will open up new opportunities for food companies. People would think Ozempic users would be indulging in sugary, fatty treats without worrying about calories. But it turns out they're leaning toward healthier options like salads and protein-packed meals. So for packaged food companies, they're hoping to drive sales of flash frozen vegetables and meat. Meal delivery service Daily Harvest is strategically developing companion products to supplement the vitamins, minerals that are often lacking in Ozempic users. In fact, companies like salad chain Sweetgreen and Chipotle, which is considered as a healthier fast food chains, are welcoming the Ozempic era. We've mentioned that people who use Ozempic tend to eat healthier foods rather than junk food. Ozempic users also tend to work out harder because they're trying to maintain the weight they've lost. That's why luxury gym chains like Equinox and Lifetime are already hiring doctors to prescribe Ozempic to their clients in addition to their exercise programs. Weight management service companies such as Weight Watchers and Noom have also acquired telehealth companies to prescribe Ozempic. Places like Planet Fitness, known for their beginner-friendly fitness centers, could experience a boom as more people start to work out for the first time. And it doesn't end there. As more people work out, more people will buy athletic wears and sneakers. With increased confidence in their appearance, they'll also purchase more clothes and cosmetics. That's why many analysts believe that companies like Nike, Lululemon, Estée Lauder, Zara, H&M will benefit from Ozempic. Other industries that Ozempic might impact are airlines and tourism. Airlines are very concerned about the weight of their aircraft. The heavier you are, the more fuel they need. Jefferies, one of the world's biggest investment banks, estimated that if each passenger lost an average of 10 pounds, or about 4.5 kilograms, it would save 1,790 pounds, or about 810 kilograms, of weight per flight. This would save approximately $80 million of fuel annually. Plus, people who used to avoid getting on a plane because of the weight issues will travel more once they lose their weight. Travel publication Skift reported last year that bookings for experiential trips in the U.S., including biking, hiking, and camping, increased by about 50% year over year. Skift explained that travel companies offering these programs will benefit greatly. There are even claims that Ozempic can increase the U.S. GDP. Goldman Sachs has estimated that the number of Americans using weight loss drugs like Ozempic could rise to as many as 70 million by 2028, potentially boosting the U.S. GDP by 1.3%. The analysis suggests that 30 million users, or about 9% of the U.S. population, would have the effect of increasing GDP by 0.4%. This implies that fewer people will suffer from obesity-related issues, leading to increased productivity in the workplace. In the United States, 42% of the population is obese, so the economic impact could be even greater if we count all the direct and indirect social costs of obesity, such as illness, disability, and premature death. There are also reports that Ozempic not only reduces appetite, but also cravings for various addictive substances, including alcohol, cigarettes, and other drugs. People are hopeful that Ozempic would help dial down cravings for those who are dealing with serious addiction problems. The list of sectors that would be impacted by Ozempic is so vast that it's nearly impossible to keep track of all of them. There have even been analyses suggesting that as obesity-related diseases decline, demand for sleep apnea treatments or knee replacements will decrease, leading to lower sales of related surgical devices. It's really something that's hard to think of. Of course, weight loss drug makers might be exaggerating the possible impact that Ozempic would have, based on the small number of users. But according to a survey held by the Harris Poll last June, 44% of Americans answered that they would use weight loss drugs like Ozempic if it would cost $100 a month. When these drugs become affordable enough for everyone, our lifestyles and even brands might change completely. That's all we have for you today. If you enjoyed our videos, don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a thumbs up. Thank you.